Welcome back, fans and friends. For this upcoming video, I have for you the 2-pack. It's probably the first 2-pack I've done on this channel, but here we have it. It's the first one I've seen on the channel, and been able to pick it up. So, in fact, it is the 1969 Ford Torino Talladega, which I have been looking for. I think Johnny Lightning, or I believe Auto World, but I will settle for the $7 Hot Wheels because this whole thing cost me about 15 bucks. And then the other vehicle here is 1966 Chevelle. Not too interested, but there's one thing that I did like too. If you can see it there, the 427 cubic inch displacement on the hood of this car. And I'm not as to the specifics of that engine, but the 427 cubic inch engine on the Ford could probably be their Thunderjet, Cobrajet, or Super Cobrajet engine, if it's not the 428 or the 429. So that is one of the reasons I got this, because now I don't have to actively look for a Torino Talladega unless it happens to be really cheap or right in front of me. So these cars are done, I believe, in the racing guise of not really demolition derby so much as it does say Talladega or bust or Bubba's bearings. So I mean, it could be those demolition derby vehicles. It could, but I'm not saying it is. They do have roll cages in them, so they could just be NHRA racing vehicles. Both of them, you can see there are the roll cages. So other than that, we get the Hot Wheels Premium, Metal on Metal, Real Riders, Car Culture. And obviously I've covered that. There's just the two undersides of the cars. I do believe they are both re-releases. This one is from 2008 and this one is from 2010. I don't really care because now I don't have to pay an overinflated eBay price for either of these vehicles. I did not see this. But this looks to me the exact same car I covered near the beginning. So if you just want this BMW M1 Pro car, you're out of luck. It's going to cost you 15 bucks and you're going to get this. That's obviously this one. I'm not going to go over it. And then I don't understand here where they've just done two extremely similar vehicles, while all the other two series are very different vehicles. Not very different, but different manufacturers, different class of vehicle. Anyway, so it's H3 Plus, but it's for the Hot Wheels collector and not for use with Hot Wheels sets. Like I've brought this up before, it's too low and it's probably too wide, so you don't damage it. And here's what I was saying about Malaysia and Thailand previously, Hot Wheels Patel. You can tell if it's the premium where it's made, usually, not all the time. And then here we have the sponsors, the different languages, and the licensing. Other than that, we're going to go here for all the little things that we all know and love. We have Lamborghini, Edelbrock, Lancia, Motul, Simpson, Hurst, 76, Bell, Pirelli, which is a tire manufacturer, Holley. We have usually carburetors and spark plugs and stuff. Ford, Goodyear for the tires, and GM, which they feel the need to put the things separate from the GM. Anyway. And there's the collector's badge. There's the empowering the next generation through play. This is another one I brought up before. Could probably be put on display. The one thing, though, that it does not do very well is it's huge. Like, look how big this is. I have a cat here for scale. It's pretty big. But I'm not going to waste any more time because I don't want this video to drag on. But I actually do like the artwork of the vehicles because they're they even are missing the rear view mirrors, because these cars are missing the rear view mirrors. So not giving you any sort of a false advertising. I do actually really like the fact that the lights are painted, the headlights are painted on one side and not on the other. And I just saw that there, and they've done it there. So let's get number 25 and 86 from either this racing thing or demolition derby out of this package. Even the cat is excited. He's usually excited about anything that has to do with cardboard. It's not too hard. And I picked this up, if anybody cares, from Toys R Us. So it was not expensive from Toys R Us, which is good. 15 bucks, man. Like I said, I've been looking for a Torino Talladega for a while, so here we are. Actually, the one thing I did not cover, I apologize profusely, is the series number, which I actually don't see. So I guess it's just one of those things they randomly release into the universe, and then you just like it and you don't like it. That's it. Anyway, like for example, number 16 for the others expensive. I only remember the hitch and tow, but this is not hitch and tow. So we have this clamshell type apparatus which keeps your car from getting damaged. The cars are very heavy, which is nice because they are obviously premium vehicles. Not premium as in people pay lots of money for them. They do now. I definitely don't think people would take this to a demolition derby. Like, I don't know, these cars they bid like 400, 200 or something. Anyway, let's cover the color I don't really want first because it's not a bad vehicle, the Chevelle, but I just didn't want it and I ended up with it. So there we have it, the golden lights, exactly as in the photo. We have the two stripes with 427 cubic inches. As I pointed out earlier, the bolts that were for the tie down. Moving to the left side, which I believe is exactly the same as the right side. I do not see a gas cap, so if that's important to you, then we see here most of the sponsors that were on the back of the packaging. So we have Billy's Car Insurance, Goodyear there, K&G. There's Hearst, which is very poorly painted. Maybe if you can see it, you can't see it. Everything else is well painted. The Hearst is terrible. Y Edelbrock is easy enough to read, so I don't understand how they got that, but not that. And there are no rear mirrors, no popping hood, nothing like that. Just the two-tone with the 86, as we can all see there. The cabin happens to be nice and clear, but it is, I believe, we can see there left-hand drive, everything else. The hood has a nice indent in the middle. Feels very Chevy Nova-ish. And from the front, we have the bumper. Now moving to the back, we have Bubba's bearings again. Two painted in rear brake lights. There's a license plate with nothing on it. No plastic window damage. There's the cage I was talking about before. So NHRA or demolition derby. Could be both. And you can see the folding a little bit of the cage there. Nice and easy to see. So, like I said before, this is a re-release 2010. You have the two-piece rubber wheels on the plastic. And the one thing Mattel does really well is you can see the Eagle and the Goodyear on all the tires, and they are all well printed. Greenlight and M2 struggle with this thing, so just bringing it up quickly. I don't hate Mattel. I don't hate Greenlight. I don't hate M2. Sometimes they do it right, sometimes they do it wrong. There's the gas tank. There's the exhaust going out to the side. It's a front engine. Transfer case, differential, and there's the rear-wheel drive, made in Thailand, we all know. 1966 Chevy Chevelle. So it doesn't say Chevy on the packaging, just says Chevelle, but anybody can mostly put that together. So there we have it, the Chevelle 1966. I will not be colliding these two together because I paid for them and I don't want to damage them. But there you go, nice and rolly, as all Mattels should. Cat's fed up with Chevy, so that's what he's getting up. And here's the number 25 car, the one that I wanted. One of the better of the Aero car era. In fact, I believe it did win more races than the more famous Mopar versions. The Daytona Charger and the Plymouth Superbird, but it's less famous, so for a while it was cheaper to get a hold of. We can see the wheels are very low set into the wheel well there. I don't know if this is intentional or not. Modern trucks do include usually this kind of a thing to improve their fuel economy. So it's not far-fetched. JT's, Manson, Ford, Hearst. I believe that is Snap-on, the tool company. Or sorry, Samson. I apologize. It is Samson. Goodyear, and there's the 76. The other side is exactly the same. It's upside down because I'm holding it upside down. Once again, I do see the cutouts there for the rear of the seats, but obviously they have not painted any differently. And it says Talladega or bust, because why not? To the front, like I said, number 25, which makes me kind of think it's a demolition derby vehicle, not a demolition vehicle. Other than that, it's very plain in the middle, which is the 427 Ci, instead of what this said with the cubic inches, for anybody who didn't know. This is not a heavy-powered vehicle either, none of them are. It would be 426. And here we have it. I just covered this briefly. License plate, nothing says on it. So we can go right to the back of the vehicle. 2 levels for brake lights with plain license plate. There's the symbol there, but because of the background, it is rather hard to read. Doesn't say Torino anywhere else. There's the dual exhaust right to the back of the car. The wheels are much wider, so it's a curious choice why the Talladega has that. Maybe it's the NASCAR style, I'm not sure. But it's just a curious choice that they put that with the wide wheels and how low they set them in the vehicle with a lot of overhang. And I said before, this is from 2008 re-release, R31 though, so it is re-released, made in Thailand. And it just says Ford Torino Talladega, exactly what it says on 69 Ford Torino Talladega on the package. There is the transfer case, there's the differential, we have the wheels, nice and spinny. So like I said, I'm not going to steer it into this one, so I'm just going to pick that up. And there we have it. They both roll very well. So if they are racing, they have a near similar displacement. There you have it. Because it's more streamlined, right? So like I said, it came in the 2-pack, 15 bucks. It's not really expensive, not super cheap. But I have been looking for one of these things in for a while. And now here it is. Without even looking for it, I got it. So fans and friends, if you're going to head out and you get this, I highly recommend it. It'll serve in the package with outside of the package. Like I said, these are Hot Wheels Premium, so they're of the middle type of durability. Not meant for any sort of a toys. They're Hot Wheels track sets because they're a little bit heavier as well and wider, and look how low it is to the ground. Like, it's going to have an issue. However, I will now cut myself off because I believe I have covered both of the vehicles reasonably well. Left-hand drive, nice and clear windshield, nice and clear back of the vehicle. And I do believe those are the wheel wells for the vehicle itself. So thank you, fans and friends, for watching. This is Tumnus from Toronto, and till the next one.